G'day guys, Brett Habner for Dyer Australia here. I'm going to run you through how to tie an FG knot today. So the FG knot I think is one of the most popular ways of tying your braided line to your leader, whether it be monofilament or fluorocarbon leader. So it's very widely used now amongst the angling community. I use it personally in everything from 4 pound all the way up to 200 pounds, so applications from brim fishing all the way up to GT fishing. So it's very, very versatile, runs through the guides extremely smooth, and definitely one that most anglers should have in their kit. So very easy to start. All you do, make sure you got a little bit of your braided line pulled out off your reel, lay it over your fingers like that, so your thumb and your index finger, pinch it at the bottom, and then wrap the tag end and the main line around your pinky finger, like that. The idea behind that is then you can pull nice and hard and create tension. So it's very important to have tension when tying this knot. You want to pull out a bit of leader, and then with your tag of your leader, you put it in underneath the braid. So you see there, the line is underneath the braid. So what you want to do now is twist, and then you poke that tag through. And then you twist again, and then you poke it back through the other way. And see that whole time I'm maintaining tension. So twist, poke it through, twist, poke it through. And that, whilst you're doing that, making sure you're pulling down nice and hard, pressing the knot back on itself. So twist, poke it through, twist, poke it through, twist, poke it through, twist, poke it through. So you keep going with that for about 15 to 20 repetitions, depending on what braided line you are actually using, whether it be light or heavy. Generally in the heavier stuff you don't need to do as many, I think. In the lighter stuff you can get away with 15, sometimes in the heavier stuff you can get away with 10. It really just comes down to what material you're using. Fluorocarbon you generally need to do more because the material itself is actually harder, whereas nylon is softer, so you can generally get away with doing less. So once you get up to about 15 repetitions, so you'll see there, you've got that nice plaited line over the top. So you basically, you just hold your tension there between your fingers, making sure not to let anything go. So you've got your tag end and you've got your main line. So your first lots of half hitches that you want to do around both your tag and your main lines. So that one, and then you pull that up nice and tight. Oop. Nice and tight, and that locks your knot in place. So then it's very important here that when you're doing your half hitches that you are doing them alternating. So that first one I did was underneath like this, so the next one I'm going to be doing is over, so over the top like this, and then you poke your braid through, same thing, tighten it down nice and tight, and you want to go underneath, go over the top, underneath again, over the top. So with these I generally will do 4 sets. Very important not to rip your teeth out whilst you're doing this, but it is very important to maintain tension. So that's about 4 sets of half hitches up. So you'll see there you've got your half hitches above your initial twist that you did on the braid. So it's very important at this particular point that you tighten the knot. So I've got little tight line sticks here. You can use the back end of a pair of pliers or a glove. So you just wrap your line around a tight line stick, or even your hand or whatever you're using, on the braid, and then also on the leader, wrapping around like that. Now you just want to, you'll notice when I pull this tight that the braid itself over the top of the knot will then turn opaque, so it changes colour. So you'll see it slowly changing colour as it's tightening up. Pull it nice and tight. And you'll see there it's gripped and it's nice and tight across the top there, so it changes colour, goes sort of clear I suppose at the top of the knot there, you'll see. So So now you need to do some half hitches up the main line. So the last lot were over the main line and at the tag end. So now you just want to do half hitches up the main line. So because that last half hitch you did was over, the first one on this side needs to be under because they need to lock back against each other. So half hitch under, half hitch over, same thing, 4 sets. Under, over, under, over, so under. Okay, and on the last one here, the last over, I'll just go through 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Pull that down. So that's nice and tight there. And that just basically locks it off so it doesn't come undone and start to unravel. Even though if it does start to come undone, it won't go far, purely because you've done the half inches interlocking, so you've got over, under, so they actually lock back against each other. If you do the half hitches the same way the whole way around, it can unravel, and that's not ideal. So you've got to make sure that you alternate your half hitches. It's very, very important. So what you'll do there, that knot's basically finished. So you just want to trim off your tag end here. So trying to trim that off relatively close, and also with your leader tag end. So I personally like to burn my knot, just purely for a little bit of added security. So on the tag end here, so I'll just moisten it down, a bit of saliva. So on your braid tag end, just pinch it between your fingers with a lighter, just burn the end slightly. Just balls it off a little bit. And then with the leader tag end, so same thing, moisten it down with a bit of saliva. Now with this one, you want to burn it down. So you'll see it starting to burn down there. Don't want to get too close, it will keep going a little bit once you stop. So stop, and then you just want to, with the back of the lighter, just tap it a little bit. What that does, it just mushrooms off the end. So you'll see there with the knot, you've got a really nice knot through there. You've got that mushroomed off end, so it just gives that little extra stopper. You see, when you pull it nice and tight, it's very slim, so the knot itself is going to zing through those guides. It's very, very easy to cast. You can use that all day. It's not going to give you any troubles. So yeah, that guys, that is the FG knot. Happy tying.